We're getting into Effective Living series shortly. And Samuel Ayim is our guest today. We are talking about developing professional capacity. Effective Living series is brought to you by Petra Trust, Hallmark Freight and Consultancy Ghana Limited. Our guest is already in the studio. We're excited to go through all you need to do in order to build develop professional capacity. So it's good to see you. Happy New Year. It's our first time meeting this year. So
many happy returns to you, Caleb, and the
welcome.
team. Thank you so much.
Amazing. So what do you have for us in developing professional capacity, and how do you hope to approach it?
All right. Thank you so much. In a short time that we have, I want us to look at why it is important to develop professional capacity.
Right.
We'll try to have a short definition of what actually professional capacity is and is not.
Okay.
I have a 4-pillar model for developing professional capacity, and then a 5-step model to how to develop your professional capacity.
Fantastic.
And there are a few killers.
Okay.
There are a few things that kill professional capacity.
Right.
If we have time, we'll share them.
So Samuel Ayim, I guess, is the CEO of CTL Africa, John C. Maxwell Certified Leadership Coach and Legal Consultant. So let's dig in.
Right. So thank you very much. A lot of us think that professional capacity is just acquiring certificates.
Okay.
And I just want to start by saying that professional capacity is no longer about certificates.
Right.
Let me share this example with you. I started a small shop.
Okay.
And it was a fashion shop to do Africa wear. And a young man entered the shop. And as we talked, he told me, he was a chartered accountant and he was doing some training, certified ICAG. I said, great. I said, this shop, since we started, it was about a year. The person who was helping to do the things had been keeping some records, but it was not really going well. Can you help us put together our accounts? I studied a bit of accounts up to A-level, so I know something called incomplete records. I told him, this is our incomplete records. These are the information. So we gave him the information. A week passed, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I was not hearing from him. I called him and I said, my friend, what is going on? Oh, you see, I have some friends who help me to do these things and I'm not getting. I said, but you told me you're a chartered accountant. So the point here is very simple.
Yeah.
Certificates are not enough.
Okay.
It is about what you can do.
Right.
People are looking at relevance. They are looking at the value you are bringing.
So relevance, value, what you can do, not just certificates.
Exactly.
Right.
The guy didn't give me any results at the end,
Wow.
So that tells us that, you see, these days, in the past, it's about job security. You get a job and then you stay forever.
Abaya Juma, you are there forever.
Yeah. But today, it is not so.
Right.
It's called skill security.
Wow.
If you don't have the skills, you are out.
Okay.
The next time they're doing a reshuffle, they're saying, okay, who can do the job?
and the skills get obsolete very easily.
Very, very easy.
So you have to be updating, and the best way to be doing that is by doing.
Exactly. The best way is to be doing and working on your skills and upgrading. In fact, a lot of us are just working hard, and we think that every day we are coming. And I do a program called the Growth Journey. I take a lot of professionals on a 10-week growth journey. Okay. And one of the things I find very quickly at the beginning of the program is that people have worked for 10 years and they've not stopped to ask themselves,
am I growing in this business? Okay.
What have I done to myself? What capacity have I built? Yes, so that is very, very important. Right. So in short, when we talk about professional capacity, just take this simple equation.
Right.
Professional capacity is competence plus character and consistency.
Oh, I like it. So PC is equal to C plus C plus C. Where PC is professional capacity, the first is competence, character, and consistency. Oh, I like it. You have a breakdown too.
Yeah, it's very, very simple.
Lovely.
So competence is what you can do.
Right.
And so you sit here, you can interview, you can do that. That's fine. But character is how do you do it?
Okay.
which brings discipline,
Right.
and how people actually trust you.
Okay.
This credibility comes in there. So that's the character. So it's not just simply because I can do the job.
Right. The values I bring to the job.
Values you bring to the job.
Right.
How you behave.
Right.
Okay? That's very, very important. And it's not just that you do it once and it's finished.
Okay.
That's where consistency comes in.
Every day.
Every day you give the same quality. You know, there's a lady who sells bread near my area. Every day you see people have queued.
Yeah.
Why?
It's consistent.
Because consistent. Every time you buy the bread, it's the same. It's not like the carpenter who does very nice for you one day,
Mood swings.
and then the next morning the table is shaking.
Yeah.
You know, so that's
Very
not
important.
it.
So competence, character, and consistency.
Absolutely.
Great.
So that's very important. And it is not potential.
Okay.
You know, so when you go to school, for example, you're certified, like we said, you have the potential.
Right.
But capacity is actually demonstrated ability.
Right.
You have to show that you can do it.
So it's not a promise.
It's not a promise.
It's a delivery.
It's delivery.
An execution.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
And you have to do that intentionally. You have to be intentional about your growth. We say that growth does not just happen. It has to be intentional. With all of us, when we were born, your mother takes time to feed you, to try to clothe you, and make sure protect you from all. That is exactly how capacity is.
Right.
You have to be intentional day by day, know where you want to go.
Right.
And when we look at the steps, you will see where intentionality comes in there. So it is important that you can do the thing and you can be relied upon.
Okay.
I mean, there's a case where one young guy entered the job, and then very soon he was promoted. And somebody who's been there for years went to the boss and said, "But I've been here for how many years? And this guy just came and you have promoted him."
Yeah.
And the boss says, "Oh, all right, call him." So he calls the young guy who had just come in, and he says, "Okay, the two of you, 100 cedis each. Go buy me tea."
Okay.
So they went away. And a few minutes later, the one who has been here for a long time came and said, "Boss, I went to the shop, there is no tea." I said, "Oh, okay." His phone rings. The young guy who has just come in,
Yeah.
"Boss, I went to the first shop, there's no tea. I check around, there's another shop." Now they have 3 different types of tea. There's green, there's brown, there's this one. There's one that is thick and this one.
Which one
do you prefer?
Right.
And I look at it and I say, I want the green one. Okay. So he goes to there and he negotiates. He said, one is 10 cities. So I have 100 cities. Can I have 12?
So one is solving problems. One is just there on the basis of longevity.
Absolutely. So capacity is what problems are you solving? Everybody is looking for what problems can you solve for me? Customers, employers, and everybody. It's not just, oh, I have a certificate and I can do something.
Right.
So that is what it is. It is not about a promise. It is delivery. Actual delivery.
Right. So we are dealing with a number of pillars here. The pillar number 1 is technical mastery. And we're looking at 4 pillars of professional capacity.
Yes.
And we have talked about technical mastery, where every profession has a core that defines excellence.
Yes.
You're looking at your top skills that you're known for. We're looking at thinking and problem solving abilities.
Yes.
And then also we are now going to look at professional discipline and work ethic.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's get into that.
It is very, very important to understand what skills are required in your area. Okay? If you don't focus on those skills, you will not be able to grow. Every profession has some technical competences. In fact, when I was doing this, and maybe this will interest you, I asked AI to give me the top skills for a radio talk show.
Okay.
And I said, give me the top 10 skills required of a radio talk show. And then it gives me strong communication and articulation,
Okay.
ability to think on its feet,
Okay.
active listening skills, interviewing and questioning techniques,
Right.
confidence and charisma, research and preparation, time management, organization, adaptability and flexibility, knowledge of current events like you guys were just doing, and engaging personality.
So these are going into the skills for a particular
job.
profession, skill set for.
Exactly.
Right.
So every profession you are in, ask yourself, what are the top skills that are required
of me.
Not just the technical, but then once you know the technical skills, you now have to do the work professionally, and that's what we were talking about. That's the third pillar. Okay, so the first pillar is simply what are the technical skills.
Okay.
The second pillar is now the thinking and problem solving, which is what we are talking about.
Right.
And then the third one is now your professional discipline.
Right.
And that is very important. I had a CEO who, because of my role as former company secretary for several years, I've worked with several CEOs. There was one CEO who comes to the office and makes sure everything in his tray is cleared and dispatched.
Right.
Everybody knew that when he puts something on your table, the next morning he's coming to ask for it.
Right.
Then another CEO comes, when he travels and he comes back, he deletes all the emails. And his policy was, oh, if it's important to you, come back to me.
Okay.
Very soon, he couldn't survive.
Right.
Now, it's not that he was not competent. He knew the technical skills,
But the
work
attitude
ethics,
and the work
the
ethic.
attitude, the discipline with which he was approaching the work was not right. Okay? So I say that your discipline advertises your capacity even before you speak.
Right.
So discipline at what you do.
Yeah.
And of course, the fourth pillar
Yeah.
is relationship and communication
Capacity. Okay.
That's very, very important. We say people leave people. People don't leave companies.
Right.
So if somebody is working in this studio and the next morning he's upset, if you check, yeah, sometimes compensation and things. But there may be people who will stay here because Caleb and Bernard and the team here are great. The relationship is good.
Right.
So you're not being paid well, but there is a relationship. People will stay. And you need to build relationship.
There's a point you make I want us to get to quickly because of time. How to intentionally develop your professional capacity.
Yes.
How
Now,
do you do that?
So I'm proposing a 5-step model. Okay. The first one is you have to conduct a capacity audit. It's something like a personal SWOT.
You're taking stock.
You see, I gave you what AI gave me about a radio talk show.
Yeah.
So you take the stock. You ask yourself, these 10 qualities, which one do I do well?
Right.
Which one am I weak at?
Right.
So that's the first step. And then the second step is you choose one of those capacities and you work at it. Deliberately. Consistently. You see, the accounts have a proverb, when you wee in one place, it's concentration, it's focus.
Right.
Don't do scatter.
Right.
Oh, I learned this a bit. I do this a bit. No.
Should I have some time range for each skill?
So, depending upon how long you think you need to work on it, maybe you take a quarter.
Okay.
So if it's 10 skills or 4 skills you want to work on this year,
in a year,
you can take one skill.
Okay.
And the first quarter you are focusing on this one.
Right.
The next quarter you are focusing on the other one.
Right.
Okay. So that is very, very important. So do the audit, choose one, and prioritize it.
Okay.
Learn and master it.
Right.
The other step is learn from people.
Okay.
If you have only you to, John Maxwell will say, if you have only you to follow,
you are taking a walk.
you can't grow. Growth will be stagnated.
Right.
You need some people in your capacity building journey. In some areas, you may need teachers. That's why you go for some courses.
Right.
In some areas, you may need mentors, people who have done it already.
Okay.
Bernard was just saying,
Very important.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's doing, now you're following, and somebody else. So Bernard has done it, and you can learn from him or somebody else. So you need people. And sometimes you need a coach.
Right.
And there's a difference between a mentor and a coach. We cannot be able to discuss that in detail now. But a coach takes you from where you are now and help you, thinking with you, partnering with you to go into the future and check where the problems are, what the potential obstacles could be and work with you through it.
How important is it to practice in real situations?
Absolutely important. It is absolutely important because after you've worked through everything and you have the knowledge, you have to now work at it.
Okay.
If you don't volunteer for it, and sometimes you are, some people will stay and say, this is not my job.
This is not what I trained for.
I'm a lawyer by profession, you know. But when I was in corporate life, I started with the stock exchange. I realized that finance was so important.
Right.
I went to do an MBA. I came back, and I was still in the legal department. But I will go to the finance people. I say, give me the annual report. Let me review it.
Okay.
So I'll go through it.
Okay.
And by so doing, today, if I sit on the bank board as a director, I can read the financials. I can read.
So you're volunteering with those skills.
So don't wait.
It's added value to you.
Don't wait and say, oh, this is what I've been asked to do. And you just limit yourself to what you have been asked to do.
I like that. I like that. And then you, so when you do all these, how do you measure your progress? Is it even important to measure your progress?
Absolutely. It says what you cannot measure, you cannot improve. So you have to be able, it's just like, for example, you say, oh, I want to lose weight. If you say you just want to lose weight and you cannot measure that, okay, today I'm 80 kilo. Tomorrow I've done this exercise, so I've stopped this eating. So I've now 78. So you need to do this more. Check your capacity, your confidence level. Is it increasing? Is your deliverables improving? Are you able to do so? You can really be able to measure what you're doing. You can get also feedback. It's very, very important. So you can ask your colleagues, how did I do? After this show, you can go and say, Bernard, how did I do? Even me, when I go, I ask my team, this interview, how did I do? How did it go? What do you people think? And then opportunities that you attract because of what you're doing well, people will be calling you. That's also a measure
for you to know
how
well
how you're doing.
That's very important. We are talking professional capacity building. Samuel Ayim is our guest today on Effective Living Series. He's the CEO of CTL Africa, John C. Maxwell Certified Leadership Coach and Legal Consultant. Effective Living Series is brought to you by Petra Trust and Hallmark Freight and Consultancy Ghana Limited. In the next 2 minutes, we're going to talk about some capacity killers that people should avoid.
Absolutely.
So let's see.
Absolutely. I will summarize them very quickly for you. The first one is comfort and complacency.
Okay.
Now you are in the job and then your salary is good and you think that
life is good.
Life is good.
Right.
That is the first one.
Okay.
The second one is over-reliance on certificate.
Okay.
I am chartered. Okay. I am called to the bar. I have journalism certificate. And so what? What can you do with the certificate? So, and a lot of us are focused. In fact, even the education system, people are prepared to pay to be passed the exams to get the certificate. In our culture, there's so much emphasis on certificate. I have a certificate, but certificate
doesn't get the job done.
Right. The third killer is blaming the systems instead of upgrading your skills. So you go into a job, you may not have all the tools you need, but you improve yourself to be able to make the best out of it. If things are not working, what can I do to myself
to make it
better
or to cope better?
Okay, good. So don't blame the system, upgrade yourself. The next one is poor attitude. In fact, an entitlement. And that is a big one. A lot of us feel that, okay, I've been here for 4 years and people should know that I have contributed a lot and so I'm entitled to this and that. They have to promote me. I tell people, your boss doesn't wake up in the morning and think about, Caleb, this morning I'm going to promote Caleb. No, he's not thinking about, how is the breakfast show going to be delivered? And if it's Caleb who can deliver it well, that would be. And the last one, which is very dangerous, is refusing feedback. I'm a Toastmaster, and we say in Toastmasters that feedback is a gift. So when people give you feedback, just keep quiet and listen.
Don't refuse it.
Or refuse, or people don't even want it.
Right.
Or when people give you feedback, and when they have given you all the feedback, you begin to explain why what they are saying is not true.
Okay.
Now that is not humble.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And I say that capacity grows where humility lives.
Yes, I love that. Capacity grows where humility lives. So we've done 5 common capacity killers. We've talked about comfort and complacency, over-reliance on certificates, blaming systems instead of upgrading skills, poor attitude and entitlement, and then also refusing feedback. And the memorable line to remember here is capacity grows where humility lives. So in a minute, we're going to look at some call to actions that you think we should pay attention to.
Well, what I want to say is that your capacity is your leadership responsibility.
Okay.
You see, your leadership is influence, and your ability to influence depends upon how valuable you are.
Okay.
And your value depends on how much value you add to yourself. In law, we say that you cannot give what you don't have. So if you want to improve your leadership, enhance your influence, you have to add more value to yourself.
Right.
And by adding value, becoming valuable, you will not be resisted. It's not about just being visible. Right. Some of us will, okay, you can have nice whatever, but how much value did you bring to the table?
How much value did you bring to the table?
Yes.
Very important.
And my last line I want to share is, the future belongs to professionals who can think, adapt, deliver, and be trusted.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
So capacity is your currency to that
Powerful.
destination.
Solid. So capacity is your currency to the destination of professional growth that you're looking for. Samuel Ayim, CEO, CTL Africa, John C. Maxwell, certified leadership coach, lead consultant on professional capacity building. Thank you so much. We've had a good time learning from you today.
Caleb. Thank you to
Many
the team
blessings.
also. Thank you.
So Effective Living Series is brought to you by Petra Trust, Hallmark Freight and Consultancy, Ghana Limited.